doing nothing else for a while, Kobe. So, and your pops probably knows it. Next time you talk to him, say, "Pops, you remember this John Wayne movie named The Cowboys?"
Gotcha.
And ask him if he knows it, because in this movie, like, John Wayne is the Duke of all Dukes, right? He's America's badass.
For sure.
But what they messed around and did was they created another character that was tougher than John Wayne. You know how bad you got to be in America to be tougher than John Wayne? Well, this dude, there's an actor called Roscoe Lee Brownlee who has one of the great voices ever. But he plays a cook. And he comes in to save the, like, he's there to help, but it ends up he saves the day.
Okay.
And it's the most OG of OG. Like, he has 4 scenes in the movie, right? One where he introduces himself and he says, they ask him, well, who are you? He goes, well, I'm a cook. I'm replacing somebody. The guy goes, John Wayne asks him, well, can you even cook? And he hit him with the look, which was okay. So this is the line. And my buddies always, as soon as we get on this, He says, can you cook? He goes, apple pie, green apples, sliced thin, lard, flour, salt, water to bind, sugar, cinnamon, a dab of butter, 3 slashes in the crust, 1 for steam, and 2 because that's the way your mama did it. He said, did I get it right? And his wife goes, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And he takes over the movie. So it's one of, next time you get into it, ask your pops about it. It's probably one of the classics. How was your weekend? What'd you do?
Good. I went to the game for a little bit. Hung out downtown a little bit. Other than that, just been.
What's your hangout? So not that you can give away your hideaway, the places you can go and be incognito, but you're not anonymous anymore. So,
right. I went downtown to the rail yard, market area. Hung out there for a little bit before the game, and then went to the game for about a quarter and a half.
What? Explain that to me. So why the quarter and a half? Did you have workouts?
It was hot.
That part.
It was hot.
That part.
And then our guys kind of got rolling, and I kind of seen what was to come. So,
okay, the lean on happened.
Yeah. So kind of watched a little bit once I got back to the crib, but
okay.
But yeah, it was hot. It was a different type of heat out there.
I chose to air condition.
Yeah.
So sure. I understand.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm like, I'm not young anymore. So
right,
I don't have nothing to prove to nobody about staying out in the 100 plus.
Right.
Just to be seen. No, exactly. We're not doing that. Who went with you? Who goes to the game with you?
A couple of my teammates went, and then I actually took my girlfriend. We went.
I see, this is where you get credit from me, because you called out your girlfriend. Like, you actually.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody.
Right.
Not everybody. Not every. So you've got another. She's a Husker athlete, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you find yourself going to her games the way she comes to yours? Do you try?
She doesn't really like me coming to the games.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a girl thing. I don't know. So I do what I'm supposed to do. I listen. I try to listen. I learned that growing up. You gotta listen before you get yourself in trouble. So yeah, that was that's what I do. Now she's excited for the season though. But yeah, we went a couple of her friends, and then a couple of my teammates ended up being at the game. So
does she support you the way you want for her to support you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
Right.
No
and
doubt
then do you make a conscious effort to support her?
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure. I just listen. Like I said, when it comes that time to listen, I make sure I'm all ears.
Do you find yourself picking up little things, whether it's training, dietary or otherwise, study time management from her? Like in the couple, everybody, there's like, I married smarter. Yeah. Like that was mandatory for me.
Right.
Was okay. No.
Yeah. I feel, I wouldn't say that. I think a lot of my habits started when I was at Western. So I kind of brought that with me.
Okay.
Honestly, she brings the energy, I think, when it comes to our relationship. Like she just can go all day. Like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. She brings the energy, and I mean, she's always gonna make you smile, make you laugh, do something goofy. And she's obviously, I mean, she has her own stuff to do. I have my stuff, so it's a really good balance between the athletics, the relationship, the schoolwork. So yeah.
Who cooks?
I can
Can
cook.
you cook?
I can cook.
You can.
I
Okay,
can cook. I don't cook very often just because I'm like I don't feel like it. We have training table, free
Right,
food. I don't
right,
need to cook all the time.
right.
But when I do cook, I get on the grill.
Okay.
That's like my specialty.
What's
for
your
sure.
jam? What's your thing?
Next time you have one of my teammates on here, I want you to ask them about Kobe's burgers,
Okay.
Kobe's steak,
Okay.
the shrimp on the grill.
Okay. Okay.
I could do ribs. Ribs just take forever. So guys come over, they ready to eat. So I didn't do the ribs last time, but the burgers are always a hit. I always get right with the burgers for sure.
What's the proper temperature? Help me out.
I don't do the temperature. I just make sure they all the way done.
How do you cook all the way done?
No, well, see, that's the thing. That's for them.
Okay.
A lot of the guys, first time they were complaining about they got a little pink in it. All right. So the next time I'm like, all right, make sure yours is all the way done. I'll make sure yours is right. Make sure yours is right. And so yeah.
How do you take yours?
I can do a little bit pink. Like my steak, I'll do like medium. That's how. Yeah, that's how I'm rocking.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, because I know, like, and the conversation changes if you're around football players.
Yeah.
Football players are a little bit more red and pink than
basketball
exactly.
Players.
Basketball players tend to go, no, I need mine.
Yeah.
Little extra done. Okay. And what are you serving with your steak?
So I did the shrimp as a little side, or you can throw it on top. Usually I do like corn on the cob, baked beans. I'm trying to think.
What goes in the beans? Come on, I need.
You trying to test me now? Test me now. I know what you're doing. I know. I'll just say. I'm not gonna say all the ingredients, but I know what ingredient you want me. What you want me to say? You gotta throw the brown sugar in there.
Yes. Yes.
I know exactly what ingredient you want me to say. Brown sugar is a must for sure. Always.
No. That's the best. Like I always tell people, like everybody, fast food, I don't pay much attention because the process is so simple.
Right.
But when somebody personally cooks for me, one, respect, right? Respect, because that's love. But
you gotta be right.
I gotta know
for sure.
what you putting in, and not everybody can cook personally for me.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I pay attention to that.
For sure.
That makes me feel. We're talking to Husker guard Kobe Webster, and this is, for me, the big part of the bridge between last year's team and this year's team is a maturity. Mm-hmm. It is it's personal maturity and collective maturity. Like I think a year ago, the guys that come in the station couldn't have had these conversations with me. You were carrying too much burden.
Yeah.
Like there were too many question marks.
Yeah, for sure.
This group seems to know who they are, who their teammates are, and then you're now reaching out into the community, which is where I think this thing will take its own legs. For you, what kind of representation do you think of when you're engaging with fans? Let's say you go down to Haymarket, somebody go, "Hey, Kobe," they recognize you. Is that a prideful thing? Like this is expectation now. It's gone from being a fan to, no, y'all should be pretty good.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, it's always just about the respect, obviously. And for me, that's a dope experience. Like having someone come up to you, know your name, and just enjoy your presence. That's dope to me. So, it's an honor. It's a privilege. Like I said, it's like the respect has to be there. Obviously, you want to be professional, and appropriate. Whatever the case is, wherever you're meeting a person or if they come up to you in the store, like you said, the Haymarket, whatever. But when it comes down to it, it's all about respect for me. So if they want to take a picture, if you want to talk, I'm never going to rush someone off or I'm not too big time for anybody. So that's how I look at it.
Do you pay attention to the interactions and the engagement and the social media traffic of the football team?
Not really. I mean, obviously, if they when there's highlights and stuff like that, of course. But in terms of fans, I try to stay away from that type of stuff just because, I know how that stuff goes. And not to say the fans are bad or anything like that, but I just know the dynamic of social media in general. A lot of people create fake accounts that aren't really fans. They're not fans. They just get on there to talk about people. And so I try to stay away from it. But if I do see it, it doesn't bother me. I mean, we got some of that last year based on our season, which, I mean, it's kind of expected, you know. But like I said, it doesn't really bother me. Try not to engage in it, but when I do see it, it's like, okay, like I read this, now it's over. I'm not worried about it.
It's always interesting to me, and I've said this on the show, and I set rules for the show. Like I'm like, wait a minute, that nonsense done. I don't have room for it, and this is not the place for it. There's 100 places on social media and in media in general that you can go to create drama and nonsense. This won't be one of them.
Sure.
One, because you represent them in ways that they cannot represent you.
Yeah.
Like you've got to put blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah, no, for sure.
To wear the colors.
Yeah.
Like, and I know I remind people, as much as you love Husker football, basketball, baseball, whatever it is, you can't possibly want better for than the people who do it.
Right. Yeah.
Like you sacrifice. What's your average day? Like how many hours a day do you put in to bat? Like, so I for anybody who plays for me, I have a 168 program. Mm-hmm. So I ask any of my players day one before they even try out for me, tell me what you do with your 168. And it's 168 is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
And I would ask, what do you do with your time?
Mm-hmm.
Because the number one excuse for not accomplishing anything is I don't have the time.
Right. Yeah. Nah. So for me, since we've been back, I sort of gotten into more of a rhythm in terms of workouts and practice, stuff like that. Summer is obviously different because, you know, workouts may be at a different time, lifts at a different time. You got to go meet here, do all this stuff. But since school has started, I wake up at 6 a.m. Practice is usually around 7:45, 8. So I wake up at 6, try to be at the gym by 6:20, 6:30. For my treatment rehab stuff, just to get my body loose. I am one of the oldest on the team now, so
that's so funny.
That
is so funny.
I gotta get my body loose.
Old man Kobe.
Yeah,
that's
okay. So yeah, I'm an old head on the team now. So but yeah, I do all my treatment rehab, get in the hot tub, make sure my body's right, and then usually takes about 30 minutes. So by 7. Probably on the court, 7:15 on the court, getting shots up for at least 30 minutes.
Who's the first person in the building?
Usually me.
You outwork everybody.
Nah, not outwork. It's just that's when I get my work in.
It's purposeful.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, there's this like misconception of like that getting up early means you're doing more. And that's not true. Like over the summer, I wasn't doing this, but I was still getting my work in.
Okay.
So after practice, now I'm doing stuff rather than before. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm outworking anybody. It's just that's when I choose to get my work in. So now that I got my treatment, I got my shots. Now I got practice, I got lift. I'll go get in the pool to get more rehab, to let my body relax a little bit. After the pool, get back in the hot tub, ice tub, go stretch in the weight room, and then that's that.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because that's not the normal workload.
Yeah, no.
Like and you take your academics seriously.
Right.
So to do that and this.
Yeah.
Like you're competing on an academic standard with people who have 8 more hours a day than you do.
Mm-hmm.
and you still compete with them.
Yeah.
It's purposeful.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
I'm not giving you this academic
Yeah,
win. No, see that. Look. I wanted to point that out. Kobe Webster, Husker guard. It's interesting because when programs struggle, the transition usually happens in one of two ways. One, the personality profile of the team connects. And then two, they simply make the mission that nobody's going to outwork us.
Yeah.
Which one is easier to trust? Is it that, you know what, we just have the right group of guys who are willing to do everything required? Or is it, you know what, we need to outwork Michigan. We need to outwork Indiana. Yeah. We need to study more. We need to be more in film study. Which one do you trust more?
Honestly, it depends on the group. With the group we have now, I think we have a little bit of both. Obviously, and with our strength coach, that's something he talks about all the time is the work. The work has to be productive. It can't be just craziness in the weight room trying to lift thousands of pounds. That's not productive for a basketball player.
Right.
And so, but he says it all the time, like nobody outside of Nebraska really cares about Nebraska basketball. So, and we obviously, based on last year, people are already, they're going to be last in the Big Ten. They're not going to be that good, this, that, and the other. And so for us, it's like we do have to outwork everyone because on the road, we're probably not going to get the same calls just based on us being 14th in the conference. So I think that plays a part of it. And then when it comes to the personalities and having the right group of guys, I think you mentioned it, you know, everybody has sort of recognized their role up to this point. And I think everybody is starting to embrace it, which is a lot better than last year because we had so many faces. But I think having, you know, the returners that we have this year has helped with that.
The depth of it. I mean, you look at, yourself, Derek, Lat. You go through the list. Trey. You go through Trevor. Even you can go that route as well. So the standard will be set from the returners, but the elevation and the change of location is going to require not only the veterans to change their place and space, but then to lift young players, newcomers to that level.
Right.
Do you think that's possible here?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that we've preached since April, since the start of off season. You know, because we were the only ones here. The returners were the only ones here in April before we went home in May. So Coach Nate especially was the one telling us, like, look, we got to get this stuff down now so that when these new guys get here over the summer, you can show them what the standard is and what they need to be doing, not the coaches. I think that's something even Coach Hoiberg said last year. You know, the best teams are the ones who are led by their own players, not the coaches having to get on everybody or anything like that. So for us, it's really, like I said, just about leading and allowing the coaches to be coaches when it's that time, allowing them to get on guys, but not necessarily us being the ones to get on each other, be the ones to, okay, he just made a mistake, coach just got on him. He doesn't need to hear the same thing twice from two different people. Like, we just seen coach get on him. Now it's our turn to be like, all right, next play, we're going to get it back on defense or whatever the case may be.
Do you guys find yourself coaching away from the floor? Like, no, that we can't do that.
Yeah. I think, like I said, the veteran guys, like, we know what last year looked like from inside and outside. We heard what the fans were saying. Like, and so we take that into account. We consider all that. Like, we know that we have to be locked in, focused on every detail when it comes to knowing the plays. And then when you're off the court, handling your business academically, doing what you're supposed to be doing, being in the right place, and not screwing around.
What's the best overall quality of this group of players? What's the thing that identifies this group from last year?
In all honesty, I would say the IQ and the willingness to commit. I think last year, I think we talked about this. We had the talent. I don't think we had the mental part. The fact that like if we win games, everybody eats.
Mhm.
So I think last year we had some individual agendas, and that was bound to happen just because all the new faces. Um, but this year I think guys are a lot more willing to commit to the system that coach is putting in, the easy play, the defensive aspects that we've implemented. So I think that's definitely going to help with this season.
There's a thing that happens in the Big Ten with good teams, usually with great teams in the Big Ten, and that's self-esteem. That is holding yourself to a standard, but also carrying yourself like, no, we supposed to be here. This is not it. Where would you put the self-esteem level of this team on a scale of 1 to 10? Where would you put it, 10 being high?
It's high. I would say it's about an 8, 9, just because there are some guys that the young guys coming in, Bryce, Q, like these dudes aren't used to losing. So they're expecting to win. And then the returners last year, I mean, we're not trying to go out like that again. So I think we know what we're capable of, and like I said, the willingness to commit to the system and to each role that has been assigned is a lot better, and which shows the maturity of this team, and I think it shows the potential that we have.
All right, Nick from over there, can you punch that through? Yeah. We'll punch that through. Jim has a question for us on the Honda Lincoln hotline. Yeah, I think through the value of all this, right, that IQ and integrity matter. Belief in self and system matters. Let's go to the Honda Lincoln hotline. Jim has a question for you. Jim, how you doing today?
Hey, doing well, guys. Hey, Kobe, glad to hear you on the radio. Be rooting for you this year, all out. I guess I just have a couple questions because the guy right next to you, he's been bragging you guys up for 2 years. And I wanted to believe it last year, and it was a tough pill to swallow. So I don't want to be one of them guys that says played sports before or whatever, but have, it sounds to me like when I'm listening to you, you got some good swag, some good confidence. And I hate to bring it up, but how does 2-18, how do you keep that swag and how do you keep that confidence? And I realize there was a lot of variables last year and everything like that, but you can understand Husker basketball fans, we want it so bad, but we've heard the same thing over and over. So tell me this year, besides a great 5-star recruit and everything, but you guys from last year, how are you guys going to change the culture? And how does your confidence and swag when you get on the court stay where it needs to be so you guys are going to be successful this year? And again, I love listening to both you guys. Kobe, all the best to you. I'm glad that you do your academics. Sounds like you really got it together. Good luck with the upcoming season, and I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. In terms of the confidence, I think that's something you're just born with. I don't think you get to this level without having confidence all the time. We've all been through some obstacles to some extent on this journey. And so I think if you don't know how to keep your confidence, then you probably wouldn't be playing basketball at this level. So for me, I've always been small, but always been probably the most confident player on the court. So like I said, without that, you don't really get to this level. So that's just something you have or you don't. So for us, I think the 2-18, like, I don't think it's a confidence thing. I think that's a motivator. Like, we look back and realize, like, that's not us. We go back and watch the film and see all the crazy mistakes that we made. Like, that's not us. We can do better. And so I think when it comes to that, like I said, it's a motivator. And then you go back and look at the glimpses of the good basketball we play, and it's like we can really do that for 40 minutes every game, and we will dominate. So I think that's where the confidence comes from, seeing the small glimpses of the right basketball that we did play sort of to the end of the season, and knowing that we can do that for 40 minutes a game.
What's your schedule today? What do you got?
I'm done. I gotta go do some homework. a little later, but that's about it.
No. I want you to meet our next guest.
Okay.
He's gonna call in. He's my brother. We did a book together.
For sure.
Another book comes out Saturday.
Okay.
He's a Texas coach, educator. Brothers is a good dude.
Gotcha.
I want you guys to meet each other.
For sure.
We'll do that next. Chip Baker, from The Impact of Influence. He's a coach. He's an educator, and one of the best human beings I know will join us next on One on One.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie.
Andy, when people drive by your lot, they don't see as many new Hondas as normal, but I'm told you have hundreds on the way.
We sure do, Charlie. We have more than 500 to choose from that are either here or on the way. Most of them are inbound.
Do you still have that great financing, Andy?
We do, as low as 0% APR financing on select new Honda.
What about used cars and trucks?
Well, right now we have more than 120 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and just about any make or model. And we have over 50 certified pre-owned Hondas to choose from.
Andy, that is really great news for your customers. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Did you guys know that Creighton's never beaten Nebraska in volleyball?
They thought this is their best chance to beat Nebraska because Nebraska won in 5 sets against UNO last week. Oh, you got to be beatable today, right? No.
Mocking tones.
Yeah, it was mocking tones. That's right.
Mocking tones.
Creighton thinks they're all high and mighty. They can come in and beat Nebraska in their own area, and they got a taste of reality is what they got.
That's 20 straight that Nebraska has beaten Creighton.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Patchy fog a possibility this morning, then this afternoon becoming partly cloudy with a high near 88. Winds out of the south at around 10. We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms very late tonight with a low down to around 64. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and cooler with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been to Barn Wood and Leather, that new furniture store in Lincoln? It's a whole new look. If you like country, you'll love Barn Wood and Leather. It's country with a kick. Rustic, yet contemporary. Handcrafted in America from historic reclaimed barnwood and the finest leather. Create your own one-of-a-kind look for a room or your whole home. Come see for yourself at Barn Wood and Leather, South 14th and Dahlberg. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Deck City is Lincoln's DIY deck headquarters. With real deck professionals, they can help you throughout the entire process. They also offer financing for qualified customers. Deck City offers the best quality materials so you have a deck built to last. There's everything from yellowwood lumber to the best quality TimberTech composites on the market and high quality aluminum railings by Westbury or Diamond Piers for easy footing install. For those looking to bring your wood deck back to life, they offer good proof ready seal stain. Deck City, your deck material headquarters, is now open Saturdays from 9 to 1, 2 blocks north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197. 402-560-6197.
Everyone loves a good deal, and there's plenty of great options right now at Brown Shoe Fit for their summer clearance sale. Check out their multiple sizes and widths in sandals with brands like Clark's, Keen, Aetrex, and many more. Hurry in for the best selection because this sale only goes to the end of the month. It's the summer clearance sale at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for all shifts. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. There's potential to earn up to $25.25 per hour with opportunities for overtime. They also offer a retention bonus as new team members are eligible for a bonus as high as $1,000. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
Back to one-on-one with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's bring him in. This is my brother. This is family. This is my blood. Let's bring in educator, coach, mentor, leader, author, best-selling author, and just one of the best dudes on the planet. Let's bring in Chip Baker from the Impact of Influence and the Success Chronicles. Brother Chip, what's up?
Let's go.
We have with us. There's a young man that I wanted you to meet and for him to
sir.
meet you, because Kobe Webster is that kindred heart, that kindred leadership. He's a Chip Baker kind of dude.
That's awesome.
And I want to make sure that y'all get together and connect and stay connected, because whatever he's going to do in this world, he's going to make it better, and you're going to help him.
So
let's do it.
Yeah, this is how we get out. And this is one of the greats. First of all, give the folks that don't know who you are the elevator pitch for who you are. And I know that's a lot of talking in a tight space, so go for it.
Well, really, just in a nutshell, I'm just an ordinary guy working real hard to achieve some extraordinary things. Boom. No. No, really for me, first, Coach DP, thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to be on your show. I always consider an honor and a privilege, when we can hang out. It's always a treat when the good guys get to meet. And so for me, Chip Baker, Chip Baker, the Success Chronicles, fourth-generation educator, teacher, former coach, blessed and fortunate to be raised by some great people as well as be around some awesome folks to learn from in my career. I started the Success Chronicles, which is my YouTube channel and podcast. Started that about 5 years ago, and I just interview people from all walks of life and share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. And that's how we cross paths, and so that journey has taken me far, far beyond anything I thought I could ever accomplish. Most of the time, best-selling author, lots of speaking, life coach, traveling the world, spreading the positivity. So that's just a little bit about me. And again, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you.
It's always a pleasure. Chip's one of those people, and Chip understands. We got the book tour took us to 10 cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We traveled around, got to meet his family, him meeting my family, different cities across the country. And in each space, and this is how I identify good folks, that you leave more covered in love than you arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And with Chip Baker, that is always the case. Explain to our listeners what it is. What are you trying to accomplish in this space and at this place? What do you want each day to look like for you?
And, I said this to somebody earlier today. When I leave this place, when I get an opportunity to go hang out and visit the big man, I want to know that I've done everything that I can to be the best version of myself so that I can be the best version of myself for others, right? Give service, spread positivity, and just help. And so if I can do that each moment of each day, I would feel like, I've achieved some pretty neat things, and I would feel that, my family, generations before me and generations after me, would be very, very proud of that.
That's the dope. Kobe, what do you? So I'm putting you in front of somebody that has success, understands success, identifies success. Is there a question? Is there a curiosity at all in that you would have for Mr. Baker?
I would say when did you know that you were gonna be successful? Like when did it click and you were like, oh, this could work?
Well, man, first off, Kobe, it's nice to meet you, and thanks so much for your question. I look forward to meeting you more and knowing more about you. But for me, I think that question the answer is twofold. I think we always want to have that rookie mindset. So, although I've achieved some things, man, I don't want to feel like I haven't even scratched the surface.
Right.
So I think that's the first thing. But like I said, when I kind of gave my elevator pitch in my family, being a fourth generation educator, my family was church folk with no S.
Right.
we really did church, right? So being church folk and educators, all I know is a life of service.
Mm-hmm.
And I would see how people would gravitate to my family, how my family would just, like my mother, for example, would just give like service, give her time, give, right? And then we go home and in our fridge or in our pantry, there's really not nothing there for us, but the big man always saw fit to take care of us.
Right.
And so just that showed me without a doubt, it's okay to give more than you think you've got,
mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. And so, like I said, I just strive to do that in my life. And I saw that as a young kid. And that's just been my formula, and as an athlete, we're all that. That reps make you better.
Mm-hmm.
And so within the reps and getting the reps and doing that, oh, man, I got it mastered now.
For sure. That's dope. That's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always interesting when I talk to Chip and when I'm around Chip. Sports is usually a thing that we will jump into,
mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's just the vehicle for the conversation we're going to have. You as a former athlete and a coach, success means different things. For you, again, for you're now Coach Baker talking to Kobe Webster. Success requires certain things. From you to him, what's required?
Well, I think first. It starts with the servant's heart. You need to know that, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to give you the precursor first. I have a couple college degrees. I'm an educator. So this is not going to sound like an educator here. So I'm going to warn you. But first you have to understand that, man, it ain't about you.
Right.
And I think that when we get it in our life where we understand that, hey, it's not about us. About what we can do to help others.
Mm-hmm.
When we learn that and come to that reality, oh man, there is no limit to what we can accomplish because, you're going to grow through some tough things in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Catch that.
Growth.
So you're going to grow through some tough things in your life. And what I mean by that is when you go through those things, you have to grow through it. So on the other side of it, you're better.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
And then when you grow through those things, you take the lessons from it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see, okay, oh man, I can take these lessons and use this. I get an opportunity to talk to Kobe. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, come on. I can take these things and use that when we get to travel the world on a book tour and speak and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
So, all of those things, nothing is wasted. No thing is wasted. And every experience that you're blessed to have, you have to take those and reflect and use those to be a blessing to others.
Chip, that grow through what you go through. This is a program that has great leadership, has great talent, good-hearted folks in it, which is why I have faith in it. And I just keep wanting to plant more seeds of positive and greatness in them because the negative will come. The negative is going to find these young men and this program no matter what. But it's that positive seed that lets them know, listen, man, when you find good people and great leaders that want to be a part of what you're doing,
hang on.
You are on the path
for sure.
Right?
Yeah, hang on to it.
Yeah, go on and get it. What Saturday's a big day for us. Let the folks know what's happening Saturday, man.
So Saturday is the launch for our Impact of Influence Volume 2 book, and we are launching our book to bestseller status. And so, we just want everybody to come out. I know Coach DP has it on the site and everything, the launch, the Eventbrite link. We just want everybody to come on and celebrate with us so we can get those numbers up and we can hit the bestseller list. And so just so you know, on our Volume 1, we hit number 1 in 11 categories. Crazy.
Man, look.
Crazy.
Man, look.
Crazy.
As I tell you, Queen Elizabeth, baby boy, was never thinking about being a best-selling offer. But your leadership, when you can lead leaders and you can coach coaches, you are adding to. You are adding to it. And when I tell you, he said, look what you did, Chip Baker. Look what you did. Look what you did.
I love it.
Oh, man. And Chip, there are a couple of things. Like, so boom is kind of our phrase when we've reached a place of implosion, right? And we use it a lot. And then we say let's go a lot.
Yeah.
Let us go so we can go handle our business. Right? But there's a phrase that Chip has on hats. And I need you to get Kobe a hat. Like we need Kobe in this hat. But the hats, the shirts, and the book come down to 3 words, and they can only be said the way Chip says it. So before I let you go, Brother Baker, give me those 3 words and let me feel it.
Hey, go get it.
Go get it. Go get it. Chip Baker, man, look. Let them know how they can follow you, how they can find you, because I'm just telling the listeners. A day with Chip Baker in your timeline is a better day. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So all of my social media is at Chip Baker, TSC, as in the Success Chronicles. And so just go on, except for Twitter. And Twitter is Chip Baker 19. And I ask that, if you see something that you like, the normal thing, like everybody say, like, comment, subscribe, follow, rate, all of that stuff. But just like I said in the interview, I learned a long time ago that it ain't about me, right? So if you go on and see something that you like, I just ask that you would, share with somebody that comes to mind or heart for you to help make their world be a better place.
That's what it's about, brother. I love you to death. You know that. Love you to pieces. Amen. Saturday, let's go get it.
Let's go get it, baby.
Hey, man, that's Chip Baker from the Impact of Influence and the Success Chronicles. We'll throw it to break. We'll finish up this hour of one-on-one.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Patchy fog a possibility this morning, then this afternoon becoming partly cloudy with a high near 88. Winds out of the south at around 10. We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms very late tonight with a low down to around 64. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and cooler with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Building a house today is completely different than it was a year ago. It's great. It's a great time to build a house.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Interest rates are fantastic. Our lot selection is fantastic. Being a large volume builder like we are, we tend to get very good discounts from our suppliers, which has been very helpful. So if you want to build right now, it's a great time to call call, make an appointment, set a budget, sign a contract. You're locked in. I'm locked in. Let's figure out your location. Let's get that lot reserved. It allows you then to have some freedom and room to sell your home for a great profit. In the end, it's going to be a win-win for you.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on for over 65 years. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Hi, folks. Greg Schaub here, the voice of the Huskers. No matter what brand, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Liberty First Credit Union is here to help you save time and money. Get a consolidation loan and conveniently combine all of your loans into one, leaving you with one fixed payment and one low-rate loan. Not a member? That's okay. Join Liberty First Credit Union at any of the 4 Lincoln locations, Seward, and in Omaha at 108th and L Street. Start saving with Liberty First Credit Union. Apply for a consolidation loan now at libertyfirstcu.com today. Approval required. Equal opportunity lender. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Allo knows businesses need reliable communication, both at the office and at home. Now more than ever. Just listen to Bill Mitchner from Lighthouse.
Before we'd have breaks in service, especially for internet, but we've never had any issues with Allo. It's always been there and available when we needed it.
At Allo, supporting your business is our business. To get your free quote and switch today, visit allofiber.com/workfast or call 402-480-6685 today.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Wakey, wakey, no breakfast at Casey's.
Wakey, wakey, no breakfast at Casey's. Do-do-do-do-do.
Wakey, wakey, breakfast, Casey's.
Casey's new breakfast, featuring delicious handmade sandwiches like this signature handheld made with our fresh made-from-scratch dough. Buy any hot breakfast item and get a coffee for just $1. Casey's, here for good.
We take our college football Saturdays so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and DP for The Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point and bring in special guests as well, with giveaways to listeners who drop by. It's The Ticket postgame with Jay Foreman and DP at Tanner's Bar and Grill. Sponsored by Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning and Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I hope you guys have enjoyed. I like talking to people who are of good heart and good mind and have something they want to accomplish. Not all student athletes can come in and have the conversations that I want to have. And it's always good to have Kobe Webster in here because again, this is look. I was telling the story of how like the first time I started getting into microphones and such. Now, I did some PA announcing in high school. I broke a rib in the last game of football season, so I was not prepared to play basketball that year.
Gotcha.
And the guy who did the PA for basketball was like, "Well, no, then you can come sit with me."
Mm-hmm.
And I did it all through high school and ended up calling like varsity wrestling and anything that wasn't a sport I played.
Right.
Like I could call. And then I get to college and, go through that whole thing. And then one year I run into a wall in South Carolina and I'm sitting out for a while. And instead of sitting in the dugout pouting, the PA dude, the radio guy says, "Come sit with me." and you can tell us, what goes on in the dugout when this happens, and tell us what you're thinking, and the signs, so you can probably give us a heads up. And then he says you could probably do this in your future. People identifying me, people identifying talent has been a gift that's been passed along. And all these young Huskers that come in here, Kobe, what you should entitle yourself to do is to have your own voice. You're an intelligent young man. That's your passion's in the right place about why you do this thing. Take advantage of this season.
Sure.
Right? I mean, document your stuff, man.
Yeah.
Make notes, put it down. I'm gonna give you access to the studio to put down your thoughts. Do your own post game analysis.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
for sure. There's no doubt.
Right.
No,
Look,
for sure.
me and Strickle sitting here, or me and Badger, we'll sitting here, on a Tuesday night, and it'll be 11 o'clock when y'all finish.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it. But hearing it from you would tie together a whole lot of things.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Right? Ben, no. Ben says, I would pay many dollars to get my hands on the first days of DP's radio broadcast career as a color commentator. Bad. Really bad. Really bad. Like, so imagine that I was an analyst for college baseball with zero training. Like nobody said, hey,
this is what you need to do.
Here's the way the story is broken down. Just go do it. But then one day, it was funny too, because I was on a train going from Richmond, Virginia to DC. And there's this guy on the train who also happened to be a radio guy. And he said, this is what I do. And he had the voice, he had the pipes. But he said, so here are the rules. Tell the truth. Give the details.
Yep.
Color in the outline. And then if you do all that, be funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be funny, right? And I was like, oh. Okay. Like, oh. And he said, say what you know. Talk about what you know.
Yeah.
For me, that lesson is what gets me through from day to day. One, talk about what I know is very comfortable to me.
Yeah.
It's conversational. If I don't know, I better learn.
Yeah.
And that's why I became a coach. Like, I can't talk about coaches if I don't know nothing about coaching.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what people need to hear that.
Right? Like, like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, okay. And I can't talk about players if I don't know what players go through.
Right.
And then if I can't write, then the message gets muddled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did all the stuff. And then finally, Kobe, you can imagine this, it was nightmarish. I became a minor league basketball executive.
Got you.
Why? Because I needed to know that you could do everything right, putting the right team together, the right personnel, you can have the right game plan, the right training, and it could still go wrong. So when I talk about Kobe Webster on game night, I'm giving you all the credit. I'm like, man, look, man, I don't know what Kobe was thinking. I'm gonna have to ask him tomorrow. Listen, thank you for hanging this hour. This is good stuff. We're gonna do more with you, brother.
No doubt.
Sit tight. Jay Foreman, the Husker Hall of Famer, will join us top of the hour.